Hello, McDaniel. This is the last episode of the f***ing news. I'm Tyler Carr.
And I'm Sam Paxton. Here's tonight's top story. This week, conservative commentator Rush Limbaugh said on his radio show that he believes the oil rig explosion in the Gulf of Mexico was conducted by hardcore environmentalist wackos. Let me put this in terms Rush Limbaugh can understand. Environmentalists love the environment. They wouldn't blow up an oil rig, cause an oil spill the size of Delaware, and destroy the environment just for attention. That'd be like a group full of, I don't know, pill addicts flushing tons of Vicodin down the drain.
A survey released this week shows about half of parents of teenagers friend their children on Facebook. In other news, half of teenagers no longer use Facebook.
Lindsay Lohan is set to play Linda Lovelace, the star of the infamous porno Deep Throat, in an upcoming biopic.
It was announced this week actor Corey Haim died from natural causes, not a drug overdose as previously believed. However, this statement was later redacted as natural causes is actually the name of a new street drug in Amsterdam.
Bret Michaels was recently released from the hospital after suffering from a massive brain hemorrhage. Doctors say he faces 4 to 6 weeks before he will fully recover. Recent polls show that no one gives a shit.
Fans of Justin Bieber sent death threats to reality star Kim Kardashian after the two attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. The two stars took a picture together and Bieber posted it on Twitter, calling Kardashian his girlfriend. Fans of Bieber were not pleased and sent death threats to Kardashian, prompting Bieber to respond that the two were just friends and everyone should just get along. Later on Twitter, Bieber tweeted that he lost his virginity, causing millions of teenage girls to commit suicide around the world. And now we go to the Puppet Pundit.
There's a saying they say somewhere, when Walmart gives you an inch, you can't take a mile. Betty Dukes did just that and got demoted. This Pittsburgh greeter revolted and sued the Walmart for gender-biased civil rights violations. In support of this difficult time, I have plenty suggestions for the franchise. Declare itself a separate nation. Just add a few more aisles and you're bigger than Liechtenstein. Next, set up your government, but that's easy since you already have the makings of an instant country. You have plenty of colonies set up already. Of course, check. You have cowering peasants whose lives depend on you. Check. You have merchant classes and nobles who control them. Check. Is patriotism based on a dead leader whose ideas on serving the people have completely turned upside down? All right then, check, 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 and check. Don't let one lawsuit set you back, little franchise. If anything, it should push you closer to a United States under low, low prices. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Puppet Pundit. On May 1st, International Free Comic Day in Australia, a comic book store owner while dressed as Spider-Man stopped a thief from stealing an X-Men comic book worth $150 from the store. The man was killed later that day trying to web sling off the roof.
The so-called geezer bandit in California robbed his 8th bank in 9 months on Friday, April 30th. He's described as a 60 to 70-year-old man with thin gray hair wearing a baseball cap and blazer and carrying a small revolver. My guess is Grandpa's pension ran up when the economy tanked and he had some way to spend his time.
A study published this week shows 10% of 18 to 25-year-olds believe it is okay to text message during sex. The study also shows 10% of 18 to 25-year-olds are having really boring sex.
Canadian mountaineer Jamie Clark is set to scale Mount Everest later this month. He'll make the climb in a newly designed supersuit made of a few millimeter thick silicon material designed to trap heat. I wonder if they'll bury him in it.
And now for the f***ing sports report. On Monday at the Phillies-Cardinals game, a 17-year-old Philadelphia Phillies fan jumped onto the field waving a t-shirt until he was tasered by the police. This marks the first time a taser has been used on an unruly sports fan. Then, as punishment, he was forced to watch the rest of the game.
A man in Minnesota stabbed 29 pigs while under the influence of alcohol. While the stab wounds did not immediately kill any of the hogs, they were all euthanized because of the severity of the injuries. Even though the man was incredibly drunk, it is believed he stabbed the pigs out of a deep subconscious hatred of the police. That's all we have tonight. Tonight marks our 15th and final episode.
Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the show. From all of us here at the f***ing news, good night and good luck.
You're gonna need it.